So what is up, guys, and welcome to my first place undefeated hero deck profile from locals this past weekend. Yeah, it was very, very interesting. Let me just tell you the backstory. I went with heroes because, of course, as everyone knows, Ghost from the Past is recently released, so I finally have been able to get my hands on the Vision Hero Ferris and Increase Engine, so why not? I decided to take it out, see what heroes is really like in this format, and it's insane. Like, obviously we want to go second, we want to OTK, so basically you want to focus on board breaking and whatnot. And first off, this is not the most optimal build of heroes you probably can see, because Liquid Soldier is very expensive, and having that kind of gets you out of the acid absolute zero play, so kind of waiting on that to get a budget print. But without further ado, let's just get right into the hero deck profile. Now, we do run only 2 Stratoses. I know it's at 3, but 2, honestly, it's just good enough. Everything's super searchable. You don't really want to clog your hands too much. Plus, Stratos, I think, is your best normal summon, along with Vion, but I think Stratos is a little better now than Vion. But then we have, of course, the 2 Shadow Mist. This is just standard stuff, nothing too crazy. And the one should be Liquid Soldier, but I run Solid Soldier instead, because honestly, Solid Soldier is actually pretty cool. It still opens up the Mass Hero Diane play. But honestly, if you have Liquid Soldier, definitely sub this in for Liquid Soldier and run the Acid Absolute Zero package, because that build, that is better by far. So, but you know, Solid Soldier did come up. It's a free extender. It has some niche things when it gets fusion, so it's never a bad thing. Next, of course, the build that was not budget for a while, but now is super budget, is of course the Increase and Ferris. 3, 2, honestly, I ran Increase at 2 because say throughout testing, if you draw Increase, I just hate it because your whole line of play is just gone. So having 2, at least when you open one, you still have the whole Ferris line still available. So just nothing different there. Then of course we did cut down, of course, Vion to 2 because honestly, seeing too many normal summons is kind of a bad thing in a sense, but Vion, let's say 2 Vion and 2 Stratos is always just, you know, I think it's just a perfect number. In my experience anyway. Destiny Hero Engine, of course, the 2 Mally, of course, the 1 Plasma, and the 1 Denier. Denier is insane because it's just a cool free special summon, honestly. Like, this card's nuts. Plasma is just a skill drain for board, and of course, the Mally stuff is just your, you know, Mally. Like, you can't go wrong with Mally. Then our last, like, off hero, of course, is the Evil Hero. You know, discard, get your Dark Calling. Of course, the 1 Honest Neo, because this just helps push for your OTKs, push through bad, let's say big boards. The cool spicy stuff, Rainbow Dragon and Elemental Hero Neos. We do run Rainbow Neos. It is insane when you can have Rainbow Neos and DPE on the SA together to have both the options. So honestly, I had to run them because I love Rainbow Neo so much. Then we're gonna get to the hand traps or like the board help breakers. 3 Ash, it's super generic. It hits a lot of stuff, so it's hard not to run it. Of course, 3 Super Poly. This card is like the MVP of the deck. Like, this card is so good. And say board breaking, it just stops. Like, it's just nuts. Like, Super Poly is just insane. Then of course 3 Imperm, because you want to stop things from going off, and Imperm is insane. Of course, we side out into a bunch of stuff depending on what our matchup's in. So of course those are like the side outable cards. Besides, I would say Super Poly, because Super Poly is just insane. For just this deck in general. Mass Change, Dark Claw. A lot of decks really can't really out Dark Claw. It's a floodgate on legs. It's insane. Like, nothing too crazy about Dark Claw. It's 2 Polymerization because it's super searchable. It's super good. It helps unbreak some hands sometimes. Same with Destiny Fusion. It's nuts. Like, we want to go into it. Like, it's you always want to see kind of a fusion spell in your opening hand, so we kind of optimize ourselves on seeing as much as possible. Our one-off fusions, the 1 Neos fusion, of course, to make our Rainbow Neos. Really cool, really neat. Miracle Fusion, of course. And, of course, we have the 1 Dark Calming to round out our fusion spells. Now, this is another thing I didn't realize, optimization. I could never find my other hero lives in time, and no one at locals had any extra on hand, so I was kind of crippling myself and only having 1 hero lives. So, you know, going forward, I would definitely put this at 2, and if it comes back to 3, which it probably will, bump it up to 3, like, without doubt. So, kind of unfortunate I could not find a Mother Hero Lives, so unfortunately I just had to do with the one that I could find. So, So 1 hero lives, definitely, if you have say more than one, say run that too. Then of course 1 Rhoda and the 1 E-Call to round out our main deck. Nothing too fancy there. They're just searchers, consistency cards, whatnot. Links, 1 Cross Crusader, insane card. Some people run them at 2. Honestly, I only really needed them to see him at least once because, like I said, we're kind of OTK and trying to board break right away. So if you need to see more of him, then you're entering a very, very, very bad grind game, essentially, because heroes can grind, but there's decks that can do it way better. Prediplant, of course, you know, because fusion-based, we send some stuff. And then, of course, we do run the Dread Decimator. There is the other Link 2 hero, which is actually really cool, but honestly, I wanted to push more for an OTK-style build and not recovering stuff, and also just pushing for game, which Dread Decimator can get big really quick. So that is it for the links. Now it's just all fusion boys. Super Poly targets. The 1 Supreme King, of course, he's the main Super Poly target, wipes out boards. The boy himself, Rainbow of Neos, insane card. A lot of people do not see him coming, and when he does, it's just a blowout. Trinity to help with OTKs as well. Then Flunderies, Super Poly target, Tornado, also to get the say Stratos off the field if need be. Sunriser, of course, just standard stuff. This Elemental Hero, not even going to try to pronounce it. And the Shining, these are definitely also Super Poly targets as well, because you can just use one of your heroes and one of the dark or light monsters and get them off the board. Of course, nothing too crazy. We have the Walking Man, the Walking Floodgate himself, the 2 Dark Claw. Yeah, this guy, a lot of decks just see him and they're just like, well, this is going to be fun. So Dark Claw definitely can carry some of your games a lot of the time. So definitely Dark Claw is an insane card. The 1 Diane, I threw this in here because I have a Solid Soldier. If you do have a Liquid Soldier, definitely run a Acid or an Absolute Zero in this place. But Diane, honestly, really cool. Like if he destroys something by battle, and you can just special summon level 4 hero monster in your deck. So, I mean, it's a really cool extender. And then, of course, we have the All-Stars, DPE, and Malicious Bane. Malicious Bane, of course, for OTKs. DPE comes up extremely, extremely well because, of course, this X actually a hero deck it's meant to be played in. So, your opponent can lose up to like 2,000 light points, not light points, but attack points based on DPE's first effect that not people really use because it's not being used in heroes really. But yeah, this insane, like going forward, definitely gotta find my other hero lives and throw them in. And then of course the Liquid Soldier, like it's a very expensive card, so I think Solid Soldier will just have to suffice for now. But if you have the above the following, throw them in. The deck has an insane ceiling. It's definitely one of those like board breaking OTK mentalities. Of course, you can side depending if your opponent makes you go first. You can side, of course, say properly accordingly. So, but that has been my hero deck profile. First place, undefeated locals. Like I said, not the most optimal build, but it did get the job done this weekend, which I'm very happy about. But if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe like always. And until my next video, hope you guys are staying safe and staying healthy. Peace.